In this video, we are going to look at what direct discrimination means. This is one of the prohibited conducts of the Equality Act, also known as a type of discrimination. Direct discrimination happens when you are treated differently or treated worse than someone else. The different or worse treatment has to be because of one of the 9 protected characteristics of the Equality Act. Please see our other videos on the different protected characteristics that are protected. Direct discrimination can also happen if someone treats you differently or worse than someone else because they think that you have a protected characteristic or because of your association with someone else. Direct discrimination can happen in many ways. At work, it could happen if you are refused a job, role, or a promotion, excluded from work-based tasks and projects, or if you are subjected to worse sanctions or scrutiny at work. When using services, direct discrimination can happen if you are refused a service because of a protected characteristic, provided a service on worse terms such as being charged more for a service, or provided a lower standard of service. It is important, though, to distinguish between direct discrimination and a general poor standard of service that is provided to everyone. In education settings, direct discrimination may happen if you are either permanently or temporarily excluded from school or are refused school benefits like trips or other activities. So, how do you show that direct discrimination may have happened? First, you need to identify what the treatment is. Are you complaining about a service that has been refused to you? Do you feel that you were not promoted at work or denied a job opportunity? It is important that you are clear what the treatment is. Secondly, you will need to show how the less favourable treatment is different to the way others have been or would have been treated. To help demonstrate this, you could rely on a comparator. This is someone who does not share your protected characteristic, and you can show that they have not or would not have been treated this way. A good example would be someone who is of Indian national origin who is excluded from an important work project. To help show that the reason for the exclusion is because of their race, they need to show that someone who has not been excluded does not or would not have been a person who is Indian. The comparator has to be a person who does not share their racial group. If direct discrimination can be shown, there is no justification for this. It is, however, important to note that if you have been treated differently because of the protected characteristic of age, any less favourable treatment can be justified if there are important and necessary reasons for the treatment. There are also some situations where the Equality Act allows a difference in treatment. These are called exceptions and can include things like positive action steps, restricting job roles to people who share a protected characteristic, providing services to people based on their sex, or meeting competency standards to gain a place on some education courses. This is not an exhaustive list, and we urge you to seek advice from us so we can explain how exceptions may work within your issue if one is applicable. For further advice on direct discrimination and how the rest of the Equality Act works, call us free on 0808 800 0082 or visit the website equalityadvisoryservice.com.